Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back with another BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything for a special boxing breakdown with the champion, Austin Trout. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing, man?
Great. How's that belt fitting around your waist, sir?
Oh, it's beautiful, but there's room for another.
There's room for another. I yeah, I mean, I'm hearing lots of stuff about a rematch and maybe somebody else. I don't know. I know you can't get into it yet, but I mean, like, I'm looking forward to seeing you defend that belt. That's what's going to be
Thank you.
great.
Thank you. I can't get into it because I don't know. I'm hearing about a rematch too. To that, everybody knows me, knows I'm down, and honestly, that's just easy money. So I'll take that check. If the fans don't want to see it, making no voices heard. Let me know who you want me to fight. I might have to take care of this rematch because he was the undisputed two-weight champion, and I think BKFC at least owes him a rematch if he feels he could do anything different, but I don't feel he could do anything different. In fact, I think it's going to get worse.
I agree with everything you said. I feel like he was a champion, so like he does get the rematch clause. But I also think that like maybe let you defend against somebody else and then and run back with him. I don't know, but I mean it is what it is.
It is what it is. I think that to sell the fight better, he would, take a fight and look good in that fight. And then, then maybe some people would be like, maybe he can't. Maybe it was ring rust. Maybe he can't, but whatever. I'm down. Just as BKFC champ, I do want to represent the sport,
Sure.
much more than I have been. And so I do need to be around and be seen at the more events, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean Lorenzo Hunt's at every damn event, it seems like.
Everyone,
It's time for you to be there, right?
exactly. Especially since they gave him the pound for pound title after I beat the pound for pound king. So now, in my mind, I'm going after the juggernaut for the pound for pound status. So I
Makes
need to
sense to
go ahead
me.
and shake hands and kiss babies too.
Makes sense to me. Okay, so we've had you on the show before, but this one is special because I'm a guy. I came from the MMA background. I love BKFC, but I don't know a lot of the boxers. I know the Canelo, I know the Mayweather and the Mike Tyson. I know those guys, but BKFC went out and signed three big names. They're
Yeah.
considered big in the boxing world. Can you kind of go ahead and break down like what we can expect from these folks and like what you know about them?
Yeah, we'll start with Guillermo Rigondeaux, Rigo as we call
Okay,
him. He comes from the Cuban school of boxing. He has tremendous power for being so small, and he'll set that power shot up in ways that we don't even see it coming. Sweet science is strong in this one. So with the bare knuckle though, and some of these gutsy guys that are just if they can take his punches, it's going to be interesting to see how he makes the adjustments if he can. Because again, if you know anything about the Cuban school of boxing, they are puro boxeo por vida. They're all about boxing and really the footwork and a lot of it is unmatched. But at the same time, this is a fight. It's not boxing. So that one's going to be an interesting one because again, Rigo has power in both hands. I think his best days may be behind him, but at the same time, he never took a lot of punishment, so he could still very well physically still be in his prime.
awesome. And I heard that he's hopefully going to be on the Connecticut show, so that'd be that's what I'm hearing right now. So like I think he probably lives down in Florida, but yeah, I think they're going to try to push him on that big Mohegan Sun card. So that'd be great.
Yeah. I think he's had a few boxing fights out there and a good little following. Makes sense. Makes sense. Next on to Heather Hardy, who I'm
Heather
hearing
Hardy.
is going to fight Christine Ferreira.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing with that one. So she asked me, you know, basically what kind of adjustments does a fighter need to make for this? Um, is it really, how do you think I'll do? And I told her, and I still believe it, even regardless of what I'm about to say after this. I told her, I said, listen, with your MMA background and your boxing background, I think you would do very good in this game because she has a good jab. She fights. She knows how to fight. She knows how to do the clinching and the holding. In fact, she has boxing skills too, which a lot of people don't understand or haven't seen because they're very underrated. She likes to fight. So I'm like, with all those things, I think you'd be a shoo-in for this game. I didn't know she was fighting Christine Ferreira first, though. Not right off the bat. Um, Christine's a beast. The Misfits a
Yeah,
monster. She does. I mean, the Misfits got her hands completely full with Heather. I just wish Heather would have taken a fight in between to, figure out what she needs to do with her hand. It is a different game. I wouldn't have been so successful with Palomino had I fought him first. You feel me?
absolutely.
Luckily, I got the warm up with Diego. But Heather, regardless of what happens with this Christine fight, and I think she's going to shock a lot of people because she's going to give Christine a hell of a fight if she doesn't pull it off. Um, she'll be able to do very well in bare knuckle. But again, Christine's a different breed.
She absolutely jumped right into the lion's den. So yeah, this is going to be a very sketchy, like scary fight for her.
It is, and then she does have, she cuts a lot, which is a big concern for her. And I was like, look, move that head, hands up. Um, but Heather hits hard too. Again, it's good. It's going to be a good fight for Christine. It's a good fight for Heather. It would have been a better fight for Heather had she gotten maybe 1-2 fights in.
Did you feel like you did the Diego fight, then you did the Luis fight? Did you like? I mean, it looked like there was you did like, to change quite a bit. Like you looked way better in your second fight. So yeah,
Thank you.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah. It was, and watch the third fight's gonna be even better because I'm still learning. And just like Heather's gonna have to take a little bit of a learning curve, but luckily for her, like I said, she has an MMA background and she has a boxing background, and I think those two combinations will help her out tremendously.
Okay, so then let's go to Alfredo Angulo. Is that how you say
El
it?
Perro, yep, Alfredo
Okay.
El Perro Angulo. Um, we were at one point we were close to fighting each other in the boxing stage. We were both coming up at the same time and in the same weight. It never happened, but I wanted that fight. In bare knuckle, though, Alfredo, he has a great chin. That's one thing. And if you look at him, you can see he has a good chin. He's just got that rock jaw,
Mhm.
and he hits hard. I mean, that's two two great things to have in bare knuckles. You can take a punch and you can give a punch. He's got that Mexican style fight where he's going to come forward. He's going to be a fan favorite in the bare knuckle. Um, at 165, they might be trying to get an Alfredo to come and deal with me because ain't nobody dealing with me right now in bare knuckle. If they think that he's going to be the best bet, keep digging, keep digging.
So do you think he'll stick around at 165? I saw that he floated kind of 155 to 165, so I wasn't
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I think probably now in his career, he's probably going to stay around 165. It's my opinion. It's my guess. So you already know I'm already scouting. Like, are y'all bringing Angulo to come deal with me? Because I'll knock his block off too. No shade. I like Alfredo. Me and him, we've always had you know, a, a decent relationship. Like I don't call him or nothing like that, but if I see him, it's all up. Still got to whoop him if that's who they got trying to take me out.
Okay, so this probably isn't something you should be doing, but give these guys that are coming in like a little bit. You're the old dog. You're the old guard. You all the experience. Can you give them any advice for yeah, 2 fights in, right? Can you give them any advice for a boxer coming in that doesn't have any clue what they're about to get
Yeah,
into?
condition those knuckles. Get to tapping. Anything hard, right? Just sit there and tap for as long as you can take it. They'll be sore. They'll stop being sore. Get back to tapping again. Um, I've seen the Juggernaut. I've seen Christine. They've got to the point where they're just punching a block of wood, And so we gotta get our hands conditioned to that because we put our wraps on. We've cushioned our hands, tremendously just for practice and for fights. So
Yeah,
um, don't even put pads on when you wrap your hands to practice, right? Just wrap them with no extra padding. That's another good way to kind of get your hands going. And I don't know if you can see it, but you see that
yep,
little scar there? Okay. And it's on the other one too. I don't know if you can see it,
sure.
but get those. Get
Some
that
calluses.
skin. Yeah,
Yeah,
get those cows. Get the skin. It's just you're gonna hit the bag bare, and then a little layer of skin's gonna come off. Right? And it heals back. You're gonna take it off again, then it'll heal back. And about 3-4 times, you'll take that piece of skin off, and once it heals back, it's not coming off no more. And now you got even more. You got strong skin, strong bones. Get those hands conditioned. Don't sit on every shot for the boxers. For my boxers coming in, don't sit on every shot. Just kind of arm punch your way to victory. Um, if you don't hit them in the right place, that big, strong shot that you put all your weight behind is only going to hurt your hands. Yeah, I think that's about it.
What about the circle? I mean, is there anything to get used to with the shape of the ring, or not really?
Not really. Honestly, I like that there's no corners. Um, for me, you can just slide off the ropes and get back to the middle a lot easier than when you have to get stuck in the corner. So I like don't get on the ropes. There's no give either. Those ropes are solid. It's in your best bet. If you're gonna try to bounce off the ropes, don't.
Don't.
You're just gonna get punched. Yeah.
Okay, so what have you been keeping your time? Like, what are you doing now that you got the belt, but now I see you're working on something big.
Yeah, so we're about to start our second season of Team Combat League. And if you haven't checked out Team Combat League, go back and check out the first season. They had some monster fights. It's a team boxing franchise. Uh, team sport and boxing, 24 rounds, 8 weight classes, 2 guys per weight class. The first guy goes, so that's the first 8. The second guy goes, that's 16. And then we go to the money rounds, where we choose who we feel is our best heavyweight, middleweight, welterweight, and we put them against who they feel is their best at the time, right? And last year, a lot of fights went, in the last round there was one point each. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where it really comes down to the last couple of rounds every fight.
The guys on your team, or is it people we're gonna know? If you're a hardcore boxing fan, people you know,
Yes,
or is it up and coming guys? Okay,
both. We got some veterans, we got some up and comers, we got and everything in between, right? For instance, Miguel Flores, he's a good fighter in boxing. We got him as our 126. We got the likes of Devontae Williams, Hyland Williams, the two brothers. We got James Earl, who just caught a win down in Colombia. Shout out to
nice.
James Earl. Um, Heck, we got Jenny Fuchs, who is a Olympian, a 2-time
Sure.
Olympian. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. She was even thinking about coming over to Bare Knuckle too. I'm talking her into it.
I like
Uh,
it.
yeah. Man, yeah, we got some good names. Jarvis Jones, Nagi Aguilera, uh, Ralph Ibokwe. A lot of good hard hitters, man.
So that'll be and how long does that season go for?
From end of March to the end of July.
Now, you coaching that, if you pick up a fight during that time, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, you're going to be training with your guys, I suppose. Like, does it
Yeah,
matter?
yeah. I think it's a good thing because again, we're gonna be in camp this whole time.
Sure.
All I have to do is just run with the guys, train with the guys. I have all the sparring I want and need. You know what I mean? We got 24 people, 8 weight classes. I could get speed, I could get power, I could everything in between, and I can help them out as well because I'm still smacking some of these young boys.
Okay, and then I guess my last thing for you, the one of the prior times we talked, you said after your first fight, a bunch of boxers would reach out to you. Now you're the world champion. Has that, like, your phone ringing all the time, like guys wanting to know about getting into the sport?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like, and you see right away, right after I win, we got 3 major, decent names from boxing coming over to Bare Knuckle. They definitely are looking into it. Okay, so I'll say this guy's name.
Okay.
It's nothing's official, but he showed a lot of interest, and I'm gonna spill it because I want people to be like, "Yeah, come on, bring him on, bring him on." Regis Prograis, 2-time
Okay.
world champion. After he saw that fight, he said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I want to do it. And I was like, man, say less, say less. You know what I mean? Let's get you a bag and get you in there. So hopefully we can convince Regis to go all the way through with it.
Okay, well, that's all I have for you. Is there anything you want to, like, any messages give out? Oh, you know what? I will say this. I was at your fight, and there was a guy at 155 that had a lot to say about coming up to 165 to smack you around potentially, and that was Mr. Bryce Henry. So I don't know if you saw that or not, but he was like, I might go up to 65 and fight Trout just because he's like, I'm a boxer, he's a boxer. What do
I
you
mean,
think
he
about
ain't a
that
better
fight?
boxer than me. You know what I mean? but that don't mean nothing. And I fight too. Like like you could try it. He would be sadly disappointed. If he was smart, he would just ride that train he got. Because no one's gonna beat him at 155 until I come down to 155 and beat him. So
Okay.
won't he go get the belt at 155, and then I could come down there and take that belt? That would be his best bet. Because coming up and dealing with me now, you're gonna cut your money short. I'm gonna body the kid. You know what I'm saying? So don't play with your money because it's not messing with my money. It's just gonna up my stock.
Sure.
But think about your money. Go get that belt, and then I can go take that belt for more money. Feel me?
It's a win-win for you, right?
Win-win. Yeah, because I'm trying to get down to 155. Well, not like trying to get my weight down. My weight's fine.
Sure, sure.
But I'm trying to get a title shot at 155 too. Bryce Henry, go get you a belt, and then I could beat you up for a lot more money than you get trying to come up here and take my belt now. I'll tell you that.
All right. Is there anything else, champ?
Nah, that'd be all, man. It's all love. Appreciate you having me, Gabe.
You bet, buddy. Thanks so much. Have a good day.
You too.